guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I thought I would blab about today is anti-aging lasers for your face, your neck, and your chest. I've had a lot of experience with them. I've done so many lasers on my face, and I can tell you what works and what is more for maintenance and prevention. So let me kind of back up and I'll tell you what happened to me, when I was younger. So it started out when I was about 13 and I went through puberty and I started breaking out. And so I started taking acne medication, but I also started using Retin-A on my face. And so I used Retin-A for many, many years and my skin looked great. I was really happy with it. It kept it clear, but it also kept it looking, pretty young. But then I made the mistake of not wearing sunblock. So what happened was I started getting some hyperpigmentation, and I didn't really realize until it was a little too late, I think I was about the age of 28, where I was like, geez, maybe I should start wearing some sunblock, considering I'm running and biking and doing all these outdoor activities. So then I started wearing sunblock, and then I started using Obagi. And I kept using the retinol, and I started using Obagi, and I used hydroquinone, and that really helped with the hyperpigmentation. And then I had some peels, and that really worked nice. So right up until I was about 39, my skin looked really good. I got a lot of compliments on my skin, and I felt like I looked pretty young for my age. And so then I decided that I was gonna have a baby. I got married, and I thought, well, I better hurry, because I'm about 40. So I stopped using the Obagi, and I stopped using the Retin-A. And so I couldn't believe in those 3 years that I was trying to get pregnant and nursing, how much my skin had aged. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I looked like I had aged 10 years in 3 years. So by the time I was about 42 or 43, I looked at my skin and I was like, oh my God, what happened? I had all these fine lines all over my face. Even my chin, I had them on my chin and my upper lip. So I didn't know what to do. I was just like beside myself. It's like, okay, where do I go from here? What I did was I decided to start doing some laser treatments. I had a girlfriend that told me that she had Fraxel and she thought it worked well, but she told me like right after she got it done, like within a week. So I ran to the same people that she went to, and I had a Fraxel, and I looked terrible. I mean, I looked like someone took a blowtorch to my face. My face was so brown for a week. I mean, I looked terrible for a week. And then it all peeled off, and my skin did look smoother. It looked a little bit better. But then with about a week later, all my fine lines came back again. So it was a battle to try to get rid of all these fine lines. And I feel like I spent $400 or $500 on the laser treatment, and I didn't feel like I got any result at all. So then I decided to have another Fraxel treatment. So I went back to the same place and I spent another $500, and it looked like someone took a blowtorch to my face. And it looked really smooth for about a week, and then about a week later, all the fine lines came back again. So that's a fractionated laser. And at the time, I really didn't know much about lasers at all, because I had some microdermabrasion, and then I had some peels, but this was like my first venture into lasers. So then someone said, oh, well, maybe what you should do is you should get a photofacial. So I thought, okay, it's supposed to build collagen, and I really actually liked the photofacial, but it didn't get rid of my fine lines. But what it did do for me was it helped with the clarity of my skin. So any hyperpigmentation I had went away. So when I had no makeup on at all, my skin looked really pretty. It was all one color, and it was really nice. So I didn't really feel like I needed a lot of makeup to cover up anything or to conceal anything. So I had a couple photofacials, but I still had the fine lines. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? I was only 42 years old. And I thought, geez, my face looks like I'm 50. So then I decided to do Clear and Brilliant. So I did 6 of those because I went to a seminar and they were saying how great this Clear and Brilliant laser was. And after 6, still had the fine lines. So I was really frustrated, and then someone told me about Pixel. So I had 3 of those. And I've spent so much money on these lasers and it did nothing. I mean, you know, it's probably something that if I was trying to maintain my skin, it would be perfect for. But my main goal was to have smooth skin again. So fortunately for me, I'm a blabber. I talk to everybody. I try to pull information out of everybody I can. And so I was talking to somebody that I knew from years past, and I noticed her skin looked really good. So I said, geez, I said, what'd you do? Like, you look really great. You look younger than you did 20 years ago. And so she told me about having a CO2 laser that she had. And one thing I did know from, talking to people was that I really wasn't a great candidate for CO2 because I had too much pigment in my skin. But I thought, well, what the heck? I'll go to the guy that she went to, which I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and he's in Phoenix, Arizona. His name is Larry Helwig, and he did a great job. Thank you so much, Larry. But he didn't do a CO2 on me. He ended up doing an erbium laser on me, which is an ablative laser, like a CO2, but I think the difference is they can control the heat a little bit better. And since I have a lot of pigment in my skin, I'm a little bit darker skinned, I'm kind of yellow. He said, Karyn, I can't really burn your face off, but I can do as much as I can do to, give you the best result I can, which was good enough for me. I mean, he basically got rid of my fine lines, and it made such a difference, and it was just absolutely wonderful. For me, the ablative laser worked so much better because I needed to turn back the hands of time. And the only real way you can do that is to get an ablative laser, which is either erbium or CO2, or you need to have a facelift, one or the other. And all the fractionated lasers that I did, I had too much damage done to my skin. So it really couldn't help me to have a fractionated laser. So the difference between a fractionated laser and an erbium, or ablative laser rather, is that fractionated lasers are beams of light that go down into your dermis and they damage your dermis. But it doesn't damage all of your dermis, it's just, basically every other area in your dermis. So, beams of light damage it, and the areas that haven't been damaged help the damaged ones regrow and build collagen. But it takes a lot of treatments to actually build enough collagen to see a really great result. So for me, I use, fractionated lasers as a preventative or a maintenance. I just had a 1540 fractionated laser because I didn't have to pay for it. So I thought, well, why not? Sure, I'll do that. It just, helps build some collagen and maintain my skin. But the ablative lasers are basically, what they do is they burn the surface of your skin off. So it's kind of like mowing your lawn. So it brings it down to close to the dermis. So it gets rid of so much of your epidermis that it takes off all those fine lines. But it also builds collagen from the bottom up. So those are really great because not only do you get the ablation, but you get the collagen building as well. Since I had the erbium laser, I feel like I've done a lot to maintain my skin, which is mostly with products. I've done, some fractionated lasers just to kind of maintain my skin and prevent it, from aging any further, which has, really worked well. But also I am really religious about the products that I use. I did a couple of videos. One was how I prep for my makeup, and the other one was my nighttime skin routine. And it has a lot of the products that I use in both those videos. If you want to refer back to those, you can. And I'm also going to put out a new video with all my daily skincare products that I use that I think work really, really well to maintain my skin. I'm 55, and I really am happy with the quality of my skin and how it looks on a daily basis. I don't look in my rearview mirror when I'm driving in my car and go, oh my God, those fine lines. I mean, they're gone, and it's absolutely wonderful. But when you have laser treatments done, no matter what type of laser treatment you have done, if you get the result that you want, you have to just keep doing them. And if if you're not using daily skincare products that are gonna help produce collagen and fight the free radicals, then you're definitely gonna have to keep doing them more often because your skin is just gonna keep aging. So if you are one of those people who is not in a good skincare routine, I would definitely say, watch some of the videos, buy some of the skincare products. They're all really, really affordable. None of them are outrageously expensive. And also, get a really good sunblock. I have a couple sunblocks that I use that I really like. Same thing, I talked about it in my video, so all the information's out there. But like I said, I will do another video that I'm gonna talk about all my favorite skincare products that I use on a daily basis. And like I said, they're all super affordable and they all do help maintain your skin. So depending on your situation and what you want for a result will depend on the type of laser that you should get. So if you feel like you're younger and you're probably in your 30s or 40s and you're thinking, my skin looks pretty good, I'm happy with it, I just want my skin to keep looking like this. Well, then the best thing to do is do fractionated lasers and do them once or twice a year just for maintenance. And that will really help keep your skin looking the same. But you should use it in conjunction with good skincare products. So if you're not using a good A and a good C, then you're not doing proper maintenance. And but if you're really good about using a good A and a good C and being consistent with it on a daily basis, you don't have to use a retinol every single day, but if you use it at least 2 or 3 times a week, that's really going to help maintain your skin because it is proven to build collagen. And then C serum is an antioxidant, which is going to kill the free radicals, and so they're not as likely to break down your cells as quickly. So those things used in conjunction with each other work really, really well. But if you feel like, you haven't really been taking care of your skin that well, and you woke up one day and you were like, geez, I feel like I have a lot of fine lines, I'm getting some laxity where my face is actually falling, then you probably are a better candidate for an ablative laser, which is either erbium or CO2. So, but the thing about those are, when you have a fractionated laser, it's a downtime of 5 to 7 days, any way you cut it. I mean, the day you get it done, you're super puffy, the next day you're super red, and then from that point on, you either stay really, really red or you're brown for a while until that brown stuff falls off. Where if you have an ablative laser, you look really, really horrible. The first, 2 or 3 days are just horrendous. I mean, you look bloody and crusty. I mean, it's actually really scary. But as the week goes on, it gets better and better, and everything kind of sloughs off, and it is a little bit more painful and a little bit more to go through. You definitely don't want to go to work that week. But within 10 or 14 days, you can start living your life again. After 10 days, you can start putting makeup on. But if you're if you feel like you really need something, instead of having 10 fractionated lasers that aren't even gonna give you the result that one ablative laser would give you, you might as well just do the ablative laser and, and be done after 10 days, and you can go on with your life again instead of having, 10 weeks of downtime and not even getting the same result. If you're thinking about having a laser treatment, now's the time to do it. Because first of all, we're all wearing masks, so it's gonna help protect your skin after the laser, and you always wanna wear a clean mask if you can. But also, since it's almost November, this is the best weather to have a laser treatment in. You definitely don't wanna do a laser during the summer months. It's hard for laser techs because they're not busy during the summer months, and they'll probably try to encourage you to do it. But that's not something that I would do, especially because I live in Scottsdale and it's hot here. I mean, it's so hot, and the sun just beats on you. And so you don't want to be in the sun after you have a laser treatment. Plus, you don't want to be in the heat. Just the heat itself can cause hyperpigmentation if you get too hot. So it's not something that I would want to do, but now since it's getting cooler and lots of times in the winter it's a little bit more overcast, so you're not getting the direct sunlight, it's a great time to do lasers. Any time between the beginning of November to the beginning of March is usually a really good time to have laser treatments. So that's my advice. It's not something that I would do in the summer, but it is something that I definitely would do in the winter months. So if you're thinking about having a laser treatment, hopefully this has helped you to try to understand the difference between a fractionated laser and an ablative laser, and what you're the best candidate for depending on what you're trying to achieve. For me, the fractionated lasers are better for maintenance and prevention, and the ablative lasers are better for turning back the hands of time, which is what I needed when I was in my early 40s. And I've been able to maintain into my 50s. I'm 55, and I really feel like my skin actually looks better now than it did when I was 43. So I really hope that I answered any of your questions and gave you better insight as to what type of laser you're a candidate for, and to cut through all the BS, because I spent so much unnecessary money. It would have been so much better if I had just gone straight to an ablative laser, or maybe had a couple photofacials first and see how my skin reacted with lasers. But it's one of those things where I'm hoping that I gave you enough information that you can make a really informed decision. And if you still have questions, please leave me comments in the comment box. Hopefully I can answer any questions that you have, because I have a lot of experience with being a client and having the treatments done myself. So I hope you like this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please subscribe. It really does help me to feel motivated to continue to do these videos. And I will do one every Tuesday. And so we'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. I hope you guys have a great week. See you next time. Bye-bye.